Hey everybody, Whitney with Girl Friday Crafts. Welcome back to this week's episode of What Did She Buy Now? As I am recording, I am realizing that I'm not entirely sure that I have my audio on correctly. I do. Okay, that's good. Important things to check before you start a video. So I may have gone a little overboard this week. I have, I have 5 pounds of jewelry to show you, and no, I am not opening my own boutique. So let's go ahead and switch my camera over so that y'all can see this lovely box that I am going to open up for you. Make sure that's good and in the frame here. So you all know that I like to shop on HobNot, and I do that for various reasons. And one of the things that I like to do on HobNot is to shop for crafting supplies. And so I got this 5-pound crafter's lot of jewelry from one of my favorite sellers, the Hodge Podge Place. So if you are not on HobNot, or if you're on HobNot and you've never watched Christine from the Hodge Podge Place, I would recommend it. I bought this in a sale. A day she had a challenge. She was challenged to sell 1,001 pieces in 11 hours. And so, or 1,001 items, I guess, not pieces, but items in 11 hours. So I watched for quite a while, and I actually bought 2 boxes of 5-pound crafters lots. One she auctioned off, one she had in her buy it now. And so, yeah, so I'm really excited about this. I have not opened it yet, so we are doing this together, and let's see what we got. So this is super fun. If you don't know what a crafter's lot of jewelry might be, it's pieces that may be missing, clasps or stones, or it could be a lot of jewelry that the seller got and simply did not have the time to go through and get everything untangled, and or earrings that are missing separate pieces, and so they put it together in a crafter's lot and sell it like this. So there's two big huge bags in here, and like I said, I have another whole box. So we're just I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. Just gonna pull some of this stuff out so you all can see like what exactly did I buy. Oh, look at that beautiful piece. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. So we've got a little, I think that's resin. It's possibly glass. I can't tell. Little starfish. I think that's resin though, because I think that little shape in there is something that was put into the resin. But look at that. Look at this cute little butterfly. This is actually a pin, but you could very easily get that pin piece off and use that on a project. So yeah, so let's talk about what kind of unusual things you might be able to add, and how you could use this kind of stuff for crafting. So one of the things that you could potentially do is add these pieces to an altar journal or a junk journal, and that's one of the things that I think makes this unique, because this is not your typical craft store haul, right? Like you can go to, one of the big box craft stores, or maybe even your favorite craft store, and find some kinds of things like this. Beads, chains. Obviously, they stock things for people who make jewelry, but you can't find this kind of stuff. And if you do, you're not going to have a huge lot like this to work from. So I don't remember exactly what I paid for this. I think I paid around $40, maybe $50 for it. So that may seem like a lot, but we can drop that at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or a favorite local craft store in 5 minutes. And I will end up using some of these pieces. I will end up selling some of this myself as a crafter's lot. There might be actual usable, wearable jewelry pieces in here. So I think that's what makes this really super unique, and one of the reasons that I actually snagged 2 of the boxes that she had. Okay, so what in the world am I thinking I could possibly do with all of this? A lot of these pieces, especially some of these, I'm trying to hold that up so you can see, like more antique, vintagey looking kinds of pieces would be amazing in altered or junk journals. That's one thing you could do. The other thing that you could do is obviously use these pieces to embellish anything, right? You could embellish cards. You could embellish scrapbook pages. You could use these to add some bling to your home decor. Like, how gorgeous would that be in a fall home decor piece, right? You could repurpose some of these things, the beads and the stones, into other pieces of jewelry. If you are a jewelry maker, you could make little dangles. I've got a big tangled mess here, but look, that is an old little Care Bear added to this little sun that somebody obviously made as a charm for a necklace. It's attached to a chain here, but you could take the jump ring off of that, add another jump ring on, clean that little Care Bear up a little bit, and you've got a little tag or a dangle to put on a Stanley or put on your planner, or anything like that. There's just so much to be done there. You could put some of these pieces down in resin. So I've got all of these little beads here, just all kinds of stuff. Look at this cute little strawberry pin, right? I mean, you could break the pin off the back of that pretty easily and drop that strawberry down in a resin coaster or a resin bookmark or something like that. So yeah, so it's kind of an endless, your brain is your limit for what you could do with these things. So if you're relatively new to HobNot and you're looking at this haul and you're thinking, oh, wow, like I could use some supplies like that. Couple of tips for buying craft supplies on HobNot. So try to find sellers that cater to crafters. So I will give you a couple of names and I will put all of this information in the video description. So obviously, Hodge Podge Place, Upcycled by Bree, Roycycled, and the Farmhouse Friar. Those have been some of my favorites. Also, Hobnob Holly. Those are some of my favorites in terms of where to buy craft supplies from. Look at that. So that is an old clip-on earring, but look at that piece of like vintagey gorgeousness. I would actually wear those if I could find the match to that. So those are some of my favorites. And you don't see what you're buying in a lot like this. Like I didn't see what I was buying, but they do a very good job when they are selling pieces of holding them up to the camera, showing you what you're getting. They'll answer questions for you about the piece. And that's why I like those sellers in particular. They know what crafters are looking for. Just dropped a bead on the floor. They know what crafters are looking for, and so they'll make sure to highlight those elements for it. So I mean, that's actually that's a matching pair of earrings there, right? You can't see those. I mean, obviously those aren't real, but a matching pair of earrings there. And then when you're going through your haul like this, and this is kind of what I'm going to be doing as I go through it, make sure you're kind of discerning between what is actual wearable jewelry versus crafting pieces. So this pair of earrings right here, I mean, that's wearable, right? There's nothing wrong with those. They need to be cleaned up a little bit. Don't know anything about the posts, so don't know if they're sterling silver or hypoallergenic. So, obviously I would disclose that clearly if I'm selling. But yeah, but know the difference. And so, you can do something different with wearable pieces versus things that are just true crafters lots. Okay, so like I said, you can see there's just so much. Can you see in this bag? I'll make sure you can see. There's just so much in this bag. And then there is this whole bag. So yeah, I'm a little overwhelmed by the volume. I mean, I knew what it felt like when the boxes got delivered. But like I said, I have a whole other bag to go through. Oh, look, another just complete matching set of earrings. Okay, so how cute would those be to try to turn them into like little people with dresses? Like try to make that look like it's a woman wearing a dress that looks like that. How cute would that be? Yeah, so anyway, okay, sorry. Getting lost in the ideas here. So a couple of things I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. Do you or have you ever used secondhand or thrifted jewelry in your craft projects? And if so, how? What did you create? Bonus points if you share a photograph to inspire others. How pretty would those be? I see some sort of holiday something or other with those. Also, let me know what you would make. Like, is there anything you see that you're immediately like, I know exactly what I would do with that? These little green stars. There's all kinds of Christmas things happening with those little green stars. And yeah, so yeah, let me know what you would make if you see anything in this pile. Sorry, I'm repeating myself because I keep getting distracted by what I'm finding. And yeah, I will probably do a video when I open the next box, or might come back and do a video if I'm digging through this and find something that I have to share. And then you will likely see some of these items in future craft projects. So I will make sure when I do that I kind of refer back to this video and kind of do a, hey, if you watched me do the unboxing for this, you might remember seeing this piece, or you might remember that I bought this piece or shared this piece with you. So if you would like to see the unboxing of the other box, or even as I dig into this other bag, let me know in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. I will be back next week with your next episode of What Did She Buy Now? And I will talk to y'all later. Hope you have a great day. Bye.